potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Potato would have let me have her in my lap.
Yeah.
She absolutely
Potato
would have.
often sat right here with me when I was doing the or when I was doing streaming anyway.
Yeah.
Good old fat potato.
It's alive! It's alive!
A creature like that, how would it ever die?
And this monster starts running right at me.
Annihilated by nuclear bombs.
Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
Oh, you're crazy.
But I saw that monster too. All I want is for someone to believe me.
Contaminated.
Face. It's horrible. Look like it would scare you to death.
All right, let's get to work.
Friends.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Let's get to this intro right quick, and then we can ramble. Hold on. Here we go. I got to do the thing. Gotta do the thing.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Here we go. Deep voice time.
Last time, we examined how Bob Lazar went from an obscure tinker to a man who claimed he worked inside a hidden facility near Area 51 known as S4. We explored his story of alien craft inside a mountain and the science claims that made him legendary, including Element 115 and gravity-based propulsion. Tonight, we finished the case by asking the question that matters the most. Was Bob Lazar a whistleblower telling the truth? Or the architect of the perfect lie?
I need you to know that I looked at that out of the corner of my eye and thought it said, or the architect of the pancake. Which would have, yeah, maybe I'm just food oriented tonight.
The pancake. We have I have a little voiceover thing. I was playing around. A lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth about AI stuff. When it comes to doing stuff like making a quick voiceover, something that sounds like a guy that works for like a movie, like, you know, the guy that is in a world where sandwiches are taking over the planet. I can't do it. I'm not as good, but I was like, you know, surely there's like an AI voiceover thing. So I found one and it was free. And I was like, ooh, this would make a killer intro. And then I was like, I gotta stitch like 25 videos together to make this sound right. And I couldn't do it within the time frame because I was having some audio issues before we get started. And I was like, dang it, I'm gonna at least put it on the soundboard. So that way everyone can hear it, because you haven't even heard it.
I have not even heard it, no.
So without further ado, here is our movie voiceover man recapping last week. Headphone warning, because this might be a little loud.
Last week on Beyond the Shadows podcast.
Oh no, on the contrary, it's very quiet. Hold on. I screwed that up. Wow. Let me turn that up actually. Why is it so quiet?
Last week on Beyond the Shadows podcast, Hazel and Victus were unraveling the greatest mystery. But what will we learn this week? Is the Bob Lazar story real? Stay tuned to find out. Last week on Beyond the Shadows.
Yeah, it loops. We're not gonna listen to it again. There you go.
Oh my gosh. You know, I think we could just stick to you doing a recap. That's okay. That's absolutely fine.
I wanted so bad to use that. And I was like, how am I going to sneak this in there? How am I going to make this work?
I'm so excited that Worlds and Blip are already here and they're
Already
waiting
here.
on us. We were like, hello, but you couldn't see us.
We were talking about it before, or while the intro was running. We love that y'all showed up early. I said it was like tuning into your favorite cartoon 30 minutes before it's on the air, because you don't want to miss a second of it, and it makes us feel great. We really appreciate all that. What do you do?
Friends.
Nearly 3 years of hard work, and we've got at least 2 fans.
Yay. Well, that's because your friends become your fans, and
Yeah.
they're our friends.
We're still friends.
Yeah.
That's the important part. Well, hello, friends.
Lovely to see your smiling faces.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yay!
All right, so my homework was to finish the S4 movie, and I didn't.
Oh no!
It was a rough week this week. This is my week where I only get one day off, so I'm dragging ass. Like yesterday, barely
We've
did
both
anything.
been sludges today. Like, yeah, we've definitely both been sludges today.
Yeah, it's. I will say I noticed. So I finally. You remember last year I bought a little calendar for work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I finally put it up, and I got to noticing every time I feel kind of, it matches with the half moon cycle.
Oh.
So every half moon we get boggy, then every full moon we get boggy, and then half waxing, half waning we get boggy, and then full and new we get boggy. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
We're sinking to the moon, that fake satellite that's orbiting our planet.
Oh, okay.
We'll get onto that.
This is
another
likely
day.
to become werewolves. Maybe this is one or the
Yeah,
other.
maybe it's lycanthropy, and we're both just got maybe it's in the bloodline. Who knows?
Maybe. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness.
So we finally did an upgrade.
We did.
I've been saving my piddly little $50 a year that I get from Twitch for the last 3 years. And I finally said, you know what? We're close enough. Let me just pay the difference. We both got new amazing boom arms for these mics. And we got Hazel a good mic now.
Yeah, you can hear me a little better, maybe.
The
Hopefully.
problem is she had a cheaper like $50 mic, and when I was talking, she would have to mute.
Ooh, yay.
Yay!
And I feel like we were missing out on some genuine reactions because we were muting. She was muting all the time, and she's like me, has these great reactions to things, and I feel like we were really missing out on those. So, got her a good mic. It took about, probably 20 minutes to get the level set right.
Yeah.
And now she has controls of her own that she has to worry about.
And I actually got here early. Usually I get here like right at time,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I've been sitting here for 2
I did
hours.
it. I know. And I've been just running around being silly.
No, you were doing research. We're looking for a new house.
Yeah.
Time and money well spent.
Yeah, it was. And I've also ordered a new camera. It's a little on the cheaper side, but it's supposed to have like a really big sensor in it. So the glitching artifacting, like the glitching that we get here, GoPros are not meant to deal with low light. I did not know that when I spent $300 on this camera. But I mean, I've had this issue since day one. So I did some research and I found a camera that has a huge sensor in it, as opposed to the GoPro sensor, which is itty bitty. It's like an 1/8 of an inch sensor. The one I ordered is like 2¼ inches. It's huge. Most of the camera body is the sensor. But it does have excellent low light capabilities. So I hope for $58.
Yeah.
I really was hoping it was supposed to have been delivered yesterday, but we are in a geographical anomaly where everything shows up 2 days late, except for the microphone and the boom arms.
Yeah.
This
is good.
the first thing in like a year that
That
I've
came on
ordered
time.
where it said, we can have this to you tomorrow, and it actually showed up tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. It's great.
I'm glad to finally get us both on the same, the same level.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I wanted so bad because I do have a standard, like I want the podcast to sound good. I want to have, like $500 mics. Well, really, I want like $1,200 mics, but that's not going to happen. But these sound great for the money.
Yeah. Yeah. I was very impressed when you turned it on earlier and let me hear myself.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny because it reminded me of when we first started doing it and I was, going through the testing of the microphone and listening to yourself talk is really difficult.
Yeah.
When you're...
Because there's like a fraction of a second delay.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge cable. It runs. You've got like a 10-foot cable.
Yeah. That's okay though.
But yeah, it's wild. Yeah, that's why we don't monitor headphones. That's why we don't monitor the microphone. A lot of streamers do. I don't.
Yeah.
For that reason.
I
Because you get
wouldn't
tripped
be
up.
able to handle that.
You will get tripped up. So any hoots, how's everybody doing? Welcome back. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everybody's spring is going well and doing amazing. Before we get going, let's run through some basics. Let's get these baseline covers. I do have we got a new one, so I read the intro already, the cold opener. We do have another this week's news and paranormal just for this week. I've only done a two-parter once, so the format is a little loosey-goosey for me.
Okay.
Uh,
I've never done one, so I'm excited.
So I'm trying to poke your eyes out here, everybody.
Hello.
Holy jeez, royalty in the house. Royalties in the house. You're not skating under the radar here. I see you, buddy. I see you. Poke Your Eyes Out Radio, the generous benefactor of this podcast, who has created an incredible audio track that we use almost weekly. This one right here. Let me mute that for just a second. Let me turn that down. He made this audio track just for us, and we use it all the time.
Yep.
I emailed him, and dude made it in like 5 minutes.
That's awesome. Some people are just really, really talented like that. Yeah.
Fantastic. We use the hell out of your stuff. Welcome back, Poke. We're glad to have you here, bud. Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a little while. You haven't met my lovely wife yet. This is my wife, Hazel. Hazel, this is Poke Your Eyes at Radio.
You know, I think
Has he been
Poke's
here?
been in one time since I've been here, maybe,
Oh.
but I could be wrong. If not, it's lovely to meet you, and if so, it's wonderful to see you again. I'm pretty sure we've met though, which is awesome. I'm very grateful that you've helped Victus so much.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. My best friend is
I have seen the lady.
Oh, okay, fantastic. My best friend is the DJ, and I can't get him to do anything for the podcast. He's just so busy.
Yeah.
But he's like,
Lovely to re-meet you.
he's a perfectionist, and it was like 3 years ago. I asked him. I said, "Hey, man, let's make an intro, or make like a song for the podcast." And he said, "I'll work on it." And that was 3 years ago.
Oh.
So, I the last time we talked about it, he's like, "I've got like a beat, and that's it." Oh, geez. Okay, well, that's fine. He's very, very busy. You know Aeon.
Yeah.
He's very, very busy. Well, all right, folks, let's rip through this this introductory stuff, and we'll get on to this part 2 of the Bob Lazar story here. So this week on the podcast, we're discussing Bob Lazar, the man who exposed Area 51, part 2. Part 2. Welcome, everybody. I am Victus.
And I'm Hazel.
And this is Beyond the Shadows podcast. We are your professional, personal paranormal investigators, and this is the greatest podcast in the world, as long as you don't fact check it. We record this show live, one take, no edits, and try to figure out if this week's case is truly paranormal or just bullshit. Hazel, how you doing?
I am I think, I don't know if I'm tired or relaxed. I think I'm a little relaxed. I went on a boat ride yesterday.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hadn't been on a boat ride in 15 years, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Ironically enough, the company I work for actually serviced the boat that you went on.
They did.
I kept saying, "You're going to go in the big green one. You're going to go in the big green one."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she went on the big green one. I was very excited.
And I told my mom that, and she was like, "Okay, so if something happens, you know who to call." So
Well, the only thing I installed on it was a radio.
Oh, gotcha.
But-
Okay. We didn't listen to the radio, but I'm sure it was.
CV radio, like
Okay.
emergency communication.
Oh, okay. That kind of radio.
You know,
I was
the
like, we didn't
handheld
listen
one
to
that the
anything
truckers
else.
use. Breaker 10-9, 4111.
Well, we didn't use that either, thankfully.
Blue Sandwich out here and Highway 614138. Yeah.
We did see a pelican like swoop down, grab a fish in the water, and then another bird swooped down on top of him and started like pecking his head to give him the fish. And we thought that was really unique and special because like what an awesome and intelligent tiny bird.
Yeah.
Make the big bird do the work for you.
Yeah, like the ones that pick the teeth of alligators.
Yeah, except this one is just like aggressive gangster, you know? So definitely saw some bird gang activity yesterday.
We are very Eastern Coast. We are on the shore, so lots of animals in the area.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming everybody's doing good. I'm so glad to see so many familiar faces this week. We do have a little bit of a breakdown of Act 1 through 3 that we're going to run through before we get into Act 3 and 4 tonight. Anybody listening, Poke, you weren't here last week. what is your opinion on Bob Lazar? Do you think this guy's legit? Do you think he's just another whistleblower? And, Worlds and Blip, you guys were here last week. What are you guys thinking so far? Do you guys think that this is a legitimate case? Do you think this guy's just blowing smoke out his patootie or what? What's your opinion so far?
Well, if I remember from last week, I think where I'm kind of left off is I know that part of my brain feels like this man is highly intelligent because I've heard him speak in little clips on the movie that I saw because we didn't see the whole thing.
Right.
The other part of me doesn't know what half of the things he's talking about are, so he really could just be like saying a bunch of stuff and I would have no idea what that meant or be able to dispute any facts related to that. So there's that part. And the other part is that the story itself is just so wild.
It is.
And you think about perception, and how perception can play a part in your understanding of something that's happened. And so there's so many factors here that I'm kind of left still not firmly believing. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a lot. I'll admit it's a lot. It's a big story, and there's a lot to really take in. This is in the limelight right now. Bob Lazar is the hot topic right now. We've had a number of comments on our videos lately, and I haven't told you this yet, but we did get a comment, so I clipped the scene where we were making fun of the back in the Alcatraz episode. We were making fun of the scene where I forgot the psychic name. Oh, geez, right?
No.
Somewhere in the middle. I
James-
think there's been embellishments.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree with you. Yeah.
Cool. James.
Peter James? Peter
Lazar
James.
is a walking red flag and sets of my BS meter constantly, but I can't shake the feeling that there's a little truth to it.
Right.
We need a BS meter in
Right.
here for me to just like hold up and for it
BS
to go
meter.
off. That just gave me that. Thank you, Blip.
I'm constantly thinking of like redemption. So we're all on Twitch, except there's a couple people, like one person watching on Kick, one person watching on YouTube, but majority of the viewers watch live. They watch on Twitch. So I'm constantly thinking of new redemptions, and I'm thinking about dropping some new redemptions.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do like we do this paranormal, not paranormal thing.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that as
A redemption.
a redemption.
Mhm.
So that way, people can blast it in there whenever they're thinking. They don't have to take time to type. They can just redeem the points. But we're, if you got ideas,
That's cause Twitch peepers are the coolest.
they are. Twitch peeps are the
Yes.
coolest. It's a great platform. It really is. I've tried every platform, and this is the best. I multi-stream because there are other people that just prefer YouTube. We're trying Kick. We're not doing super great on Kick, but it's
I
been.
am working on my redemptions myself.
Ooh, I love working. I love using redemptions and making custom stuff. I use. Oh, geez, Trigger Fire. Trigger Fire is the best, in my opinion. It's a little complicated, but once you get the hang of it, Trigger Fire is awesome. I've been using Trigger Fire since, 5 or 6 years ago when I was streaming gaming. Trigger Fire is the reason we can get these amazing redemptions with awesome videos, kind of like the Basil bass drop.
Basil bass drop.
Basil bass drop.
Yeah, that's through Trigger Fire. I use Trigger Fire. It's free. That's the big thing for me. I can't afford to spend any more money because we've exhausted our funds on this amazing equipment we're using.
Oh goodness.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you're all here. Let's before we
You were going to talk about the comment on the
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
James video.
Yeah, so the scene where Peter James, that was his name.
Yeah.
Peter James, the psychic. Remember we talked about
Mustache man.
the mustache on the alien. Remember we talked about how crazy it looked? Like they were probably pulling him in like an office chair.
Yeah.
I had a guy comment and he said, "It looks like AI. It's got to be AI." I was like, dude, this was filmed in 1991. It is clearly not AI.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But can you imagine back then if that we had, like, that would have gone over so much smoother back then.
Yeah.
Because no one would have known.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it was a strange comment. It did get a lot of reacts. But you know, a lot of people are commenting. We're getting comments. Every video we post on YouTube now is getting comments.
That's awesome. I don't read the comments. I know you do, but I can't handle it if people are mean.
I do.
So I just don't.
I shouldn't because there are some mean people and it does affect me, but
Yeah.
admittedly, some of it can be taken as constructive criticism. And
Yeah.
like we had one guy, he was a little sideways with me at first about talking about audio levels and how, stop with the background stuff and blah, but I was like, dude, you commented on a video from season 1. I was like, the setup has changed since then. Go watch some of the newer stuff. I was like, I appreciate you taking the time. And we talked, like we messaged back and forth. And then by the end of it, he actually deleted his original comment. So he was, I guess I got through to him.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
keep commenting. I don't care, good or bad. I'm going to read them. I won't like the bad ones, but I read them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, there's no such thing as a bad comment if you ask me. It just helps the analytics, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's the modern version of there's.
It's
no
one
such
more
thing as
number
bad
added
PR.
to our analytics. And we are a fledgling YouTube channel, so we can take every little thing we can get. Before we get moving, I do got to say we have 2 new subscribers on YouTube this week. Tara, thank you for your subscription on YouTube. You the best. You the best. And Minimalist Lifestyle, thank you for your subscription on YouTube.
Oh, I love that a minimalist lifestyle account subscribe. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I haven't looked at the channel, but I'm assuming it has to do something with the minimalist lifestyle. So
Because, before we got together,
Yeah.
I was very minimalist.
very.
And then you're very maximalist. So,
Didn't you
so
tell?
we just, made it work. But we're getting rid of some stuff right now.
We are.
We're getting some space back. I'm starting to see some surfaces again. Which is
Yeah,
really
I almost actually started painting over there today.
cool. Ooh.
Almost. But
Maybe next weekend.
Maybe.
Oh, speaking of next weekend,
Oh, yeah.
I won't be here. Yep, I'll be traveling next weekend. Unexpectedly, but it's
So
all
that
good.
means everybody ought to be here next weekend. So I'm not sitting here by myself just talking to the breeze. I want to see every single one of you here next weekend. Don't leave me hanging, because then I'll drink too many beers, and by the end of the episode, I'll be slurring real bad.
Aw.
Yeah.
I could call you, but they wouldn't be able to hear me.
We could pipe your phone call in. But
What? No Hazel?
next weekend, no Hazel.
No. I have to travel for some family stuff. It's like 6 hours away, but I'll be back the next one.
But the rest of y'all better be here.
Please,
right.
please don't leave him alone.
Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me to wallow in my own self-pity. So yeah, we'll manage. I'm sure we'll manage.
Yeah, my
Sadly.
brother. Well, one of the things. I mean, there's a couple of things going on, but one of the things is my brother is graduating from high school, which is kind of funny because we're like 18 years apart in age, and so it's his high school graduation party, and then which is gonna be like, I should clarify this, middle of the day and a meal, like kind of party, which is my vibe. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
Yeah. I'm very proud of him. I have a little sister too, super proud of her too. And then I have an older sister who is incredible. So yeah, pretty neat. I got them all when right around the time I turned 16 and started to so it's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't tell you. Speaking of siblings, remember I told you that my sister messaged me out of the blue this week?
Yeah.
She said she watches the podcast all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
So shout out to my sister. Hey.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Like, we haven't spoken like 2 years, and then she just messages me out of the blue the other day.
That's
It was so weird.
awesome.
It was
That's
weird, but it was
awesome.
nice to talk to her.
Yeah, weird in a good way. It's funny because I was just talking about this with someone. So on Friday, you know this. I met someone the week before last at a work event, and she's, I'm guessing, in her 30s, and so she invited me. Well, we decided to go walking together because I walk every morning. We decided to walk downtown, and so it was kind of neat because I was meeting a new friend and trying to try that out a little bit because when you get to be an adult, like it's kind of hard to
Very
make new
hard.
friends. But we were talking about how time just flies by
Mhm.
as an adult, and you don't realize you haven't spoken to somebody in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and I
Mhm.
mean, it's tough. So I'm glad she reached out to you.
Yeah. She was
Yeah.
like, oh, your pictures popped up, and it was a music festival that I had painted at because I used to be an artist many years ago, and she was like, I was just thinking about you, just wanted to reach out, say hey, and I was like, yeah, things are going good. Like, you doing all right? She said, yeah, just memories. You're just getting older and realizing I'm getting older. I was like, I'm getting older too, and I sent her a picture of me at work, and she's like, oh my god, look at all your gray hairs. It's like, oh, jeez. Yeah. Thanks.
That's okay. The security guard where I work came up behind me the other day and said, you have a hair on your shoulder that's not attached to your head. I'm going to pull it off of you. And he pulled it off and he handed it to me. And it was a white hair.
Wah, wah.
I know. I'm strawberries and cream now.
Yeah. There's a reason I wear a hat. There's a reason the camera isn't close up anymore. I am very gray. I'm like 30% gray now.
Yeah, but it looks very nice on you. I can't imagine you not being gray.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, we have a sound clip for that.
Aww.
All right, folks. Well, y'all ready to get into this week's news and paranormal?
Yeah.
It is time. The time has come, folks. Here.
Gray is distinguished.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, I like to think it's knowledge. Wasn't it? Isn't that the figure of speech? Gray is wisdom.
Yeah.
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 I should have much more gray than I do have. Then, right?
It's probably all the days you've been married to me. That's all.
No, it's the stress of the job. Honestly. Okay, well, let's get into this week's news and paranormal, everybody. You ready? Because I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
right.
I look at those tiny aliens from Worlds. Those were so stinking cute.
I love the aliens. Oh, she's popping our freaking. It's from the podcast. Nobody uses our remotes. Thank you so much. Oh, geez, you're the only one that uses our remotes. Well,
Those are
Shark does
cute.
sometimes.
Maybe, so, see, if Bob Lazar described those aliens, maybe I would believe him.
Yep, they're yours.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, let's get. Oh, whoop, wrong
Oh.
button. Sorry about that. Wrong button.
You favor that button a lot.
I do. I like that. I hit it twice earlier. Let's get into this week's news and paranormal. I think our camera is reversed. Yes, it is. Why does it keep switching? We haven't changed anything.
I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
Let me. Okay. So, transform, flip vertical, not horizontal. No. See it?
Flip horizontal because it's.
Hold on. Hold the phone. Transform. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I don't know why. Wasn't it backward last week?
It was, indeed.
I didn't do anything to the
Indeed.
camera. I don't get it. Anyway, welcome back to this week's news and paranormal, where we
Technical
sort.
difficulties.
Huh?
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Welcome back to this week's news and paranormal, where we sort through the strange headlines, the eerie developments, and the stories making people ask if something bigger is really going on. First and foremost, UFO conspiracy reaches the White House. A growing online conspiracy theory linked the deaths and disappearances of multiple scientists to UFO research and classified programs has now spilled into mainstream politics. Researchers say the subject has raised publicity,
Publicly.
as the subject was raised publicly with calls for federal review and investigation. Skeptics warn there's no proven coordinated link, but once stories like this hit the national stage, they rarely fade quietly.
So, sidebar about that one, I saw an article that said that one of those scientists, they were accusing his roommate of killing him.
Ooh.
But I don't know if that was, where that's going to go. Anyway, okay. Death of UFO figure David Wilcox sparks new speculation. Paranormal writer and media personality David Wilcock has died at age 53, according to multiple reports. His passing immediately triggered waves of speculation online due to recent comments he made about secrecy and missing researchers. While authorities reported an apparent suicide, the internet has already done what it always does, created new mysteries by breakfast.
And mainstream media revisits Pentagon UFO videos. A new feature revisiting the Pentagon's previously released UAP footage has reignited debate over what those videos really show. Some continue to argue that they represent unexplained craft, while others maintain the evidence points to camera effects, misidentification, or limited data. Years later, blurry footage is still paying the bills.
Area 51 interest surges again during Bob Lazar revival.
Ooh.
Online searches and social media discussions surrounding Area 51 and Bob Lazar continue to spike as new audiences discover the old case through digs, podcasts, and documentaries. The legend of the desert base remains stronger than most modern franchises. Somewhere, a gas station gift shop is celebrating.
That's right. And finally, the real battle.
Oh.
What was...
One of our lights went out, I believe. Now you want to hit your paranormal button? Because maybe that was paranormal.
Oh, wait, no, no, that button doesn't work here. No, the desk light's turned off. That was weird. I don't think it was something I kicked. Oh, yeah, it was. Here it is. Hold on. Got cords everywhere.
You want me to read number 5 while you're doing it? You got it? Okay. Okay.
There we go.
Woo! We're back up.
Sorry about that. You probably can't even see it, but we can see it. We got ghosts. This week's headlines. The real battle, belief versus proof. This week's headline shows the same pattern we always see in paranormal culture. Official mystery creates public speculation. Speculation creates narratives, and narratives become stronger than evidence. Whether it's UFO videos, hidden programs, or suspicious coincidences, the gaps between what people know and what people suspect remains the most haunted place of all. And that has been this week's News and Paranormal, where the truth is out there, but usually buried under headlines, half facts, and somebody yelling "cover up." That one was a little messy.
It's okay.
I threw it together hastily.
That's okay. We had all kinds of things happening over here at the same time.
Yeah, the lights turning off was weird.
You know, we've been looking at houses, and the ones that come up and they look just a little bit haunted, those are the ones I'm like, yes, that's what we need in our life.
This is an old house, and I hear noises when I'm here by myself, and I always just convince myself it's the cat. And then I don't look for her because I know as soon as I do, I'll see her.
Yeah.
And she'll be upstairs, not downstairs where I heard the noise. The house is riddled with cameras. There's nobody breaking in, but...
Yeah. Well, we're not catching any ghosts on the cameras either,
No,
so
we are
unfortunately.
not.
We're trying.
We are trying, yeah. Well, before we jump into this, you said you were going to have to take an early bathroom break.
Oh, do you need to take an early bathroom break?
I could drain the tanks.
Okay. Okay.
Before we get going, let's peel off right quick. We're taking an adult bathroom break because we are in nearly our 40s. So stick with us, folks. We'll be right back, and we're going to dive off into part 2 of the Bob Lazar story. Here we go.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Potato would have let me have her in my lap.
Yeah.
She absolutely
Potato
would have.
often sat right here with me when I was doing when I was doing streaming. Anyway.
Yeah.
Good old fat potato. All right. This is because a lot of people are saying now he could be an interdimensional being, and that's why we don't see him anywhere, because he travels in between dimensions. And this kind of lends credence to the idea that the woods do hold some type of spiritual power, some type of energy that can't be explained. Standing at the edge, something drawing attention, a step forward. Modern psychology would call it altered focus, auditory misinterpretation, suggestibility, environmental distortion. Ancient cultures called it a voice. The most unsettling detail is that the structure has not changed. The technology around us has changed. The lighting along our coastlines has improved. Emergency response times are faster, but people still step into the water alone at night. And sometimes, when those close to them try to understand why, the answer they give before it happens is simple. But it is the same explanation that has existed for thousands of years. It'll take you all our socials. You can email us at beyondshadowspodcast@gmail.com. The email is at the bottom of the screen. You can tell us anything you want to know. We're glad to read your story out on the podcast, and we'll talk about it, pick it apart, do whatever you want. Even if you don't want us to read it out, it's fine. We can mention things kind of sideways to keep your anonymity intact. Shark, you do have a point. He's not being hypnotized. I get it.
Sea.
So.
And they're at sea for months, like when you're that thirsty.
Right? Right. It's so like you're a ship full of guys, and you
Are
hear.
we not seeing the cable as there is not light on it?
Well, that's what I was showing you. Was I work on boats, so I know how these trawlers work. They drag behind the boat, not next to the boat. People weren't studying UFO lore. They were just telling doctors what they saw. And it kept being owls. And as weeks turned into months, fear spread quietly through the community. People avoided sleeping with the lights off. Some kept their curtains closed even during the long winter nights. Others stayed up late trying to avoid falling asleep at all. Parents checked on their children more frequently. Neighbors walked each other home after dark. The wilderness had always been dangerous, but now the homes didn't feel safe either. Hovering over it all was the same disturbing thread. And in Act 3, we're going to focus directly on those nighttime experiences. Here we are. We've returned.
Hello.
The tanks are empty. We are prepared to investigate.
Thank you for not pee-shaming us, worlds.
Yeah, thank you for no pee-shaming.
See, ideally, once we find a new house, it will all be on the same floor, and we'll be really close to a bathroom, so that won't take as long.
Yeah, we have to go downstairs to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Hold on, Aeon texted me. You want to send Aeon a picture of us
Sure,
at the podcast?
Yeah. Texting you from the Area 51 bunker, I suppose.
Oh, wait, it doesn't work the same. Hold on, one more time.
They let him text you to say the Bob Lazar stuff isn't real, and we need to just calm it down.
No, he commented on. I sent him a picture of the Lego Game Boy.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you haven't
that
noticed
you
up
built
here?
today, yeah.
I built this today. There's the Lego Game Boy up here. Cool little set. If anybody out there's a Lego fan, go get the Lego Game Boy. An absolute joy to build. I don't know what it is. I did a. So at the end of every Lego set, at the back of the instruction, there's a QR code you could scan, and you could take a survey on your set. I always do the survey, mostly because I love giving feedback. I'm a big survey taker. And they always ask, what is your input about the set that you did? And I told them, I was like, I don't know what y'all did with this set specifically, but it was so easy to do. I had it done in like an hour.
Yeah, you really were. I was very surprised. I came upstairs to take a nap, and when I got back down there, you were done.
Yeah, I was way done. I was done like 20 minutes before you came down.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome little set. And it's got its own little display stand, which is awesome. I love that. On the shelf, it looks like a real Game Boy up there. Cool little set. Anybody's a Lego fan, go out and get the Game Boy Lego set. What? Hold on. We gotta ban somebody right quick.
Boo.
Everybody boo the bot.
Boo.
Debatable Hope 7PZ62FHJ.
Debatable Hope. What a MySpace name. Like, that's definitely a millennial bot.
A MySpace name.
Yeah.
Let's ban somebody right quick. Whoop, get out of here.
Boo.
I'll report him later. Fine, get out of here. Nobody wants to buy your views. We want real community, not bot community.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see the explosion, Muffman?
Oh, I love it.
That's one of ours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you, world, for popping those things. It really makes me feel good. I want to say I worked hard on that, but I didn't. I bought those. I don't have time to make emotes. I really don't. It's a lot of effort.
So when Aeon texted you, did he also ask you what shirt are you wearing today?
You know, he did. And since I have no fancy segue tonight, I've already used my Bob Lazar card for this episode, so hold on. He was like, "Hey, man, I see you're wearing cloth on your shoulders. Before I respond to your photo of you guys live on the podcast, I gotta know. What shirt are you wearing today?" I'm wearing a favorite. I'm wearing a favorite one tonight. This is I think
I'm wearing my X-Files hand t-shirt.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Nice.
Awesome.
We're X-Files fans here.
Yes.
Sidebar. Gillian Anderson was quoted as saying she's really excited about the new season of X-Files, and David Duchovny was quoted as saying, "I don't even know if Mulder is in the show."
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's funny.
So I am wearing one of my favorite shirts. I've had this one for a while now. You can go back to season 1 and find this. I'm wearing my hide and seek champion shirt with
Oh.
Bigfoot.
Yes.
With Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Love this shirt. I see it all over the place, and it was too good to pass up.
Very cool. Yeah.
What shirt are you wearing
I
today?
am wearing my third and final Bob's Burger shirt. It's kind of
this
hard
one.
to see.
Here we go. So we actually didn't you find this at like a
Nice.
thrift store or something?
Yeah, I got this at the Philly AIDS thrift store in Philadelphia, obviously. And it's really cool because a lot of the profits, you know, are going to help people, and that's what's really important. But I bought it for you, but it ended up fitting me.
Yeah, it did not fit me.
So I got it.
Yeah, it's cool because it has the original art style from
From the pilot episode.
From the pilot episode, yeah.
But interestingly enough, does not have. I mean, it has Tina on it, so it doesn't have the boy. I can't remember his name. Who was in the pilot episode because Tina was originally a boy in the pilot episode, but I can't remember what his name was.
Jim Bob.
Yeah, but that wasn't it.
Yeah. Accidentally got it in the wrong side.
I know, right? Yeah. It was a happy benefit for me.
Because I think at the time, you weren't really like sold on Bob's Burgers like I was.
Yeah, but I you know, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I do really good at supporting your interests.
You do. You're
and
way
then
better.
Now I'm like
You're better at supporting my interests than I am.
no. But now I'm like, okay, I'm in. You know, now we have the whole, as you call it, a shrine downstairs to Bob's Burgers.
Well, tonight is the new episode of Bob's Burgers.
Oh.
But we won't get it until tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I was like, okay, we can just. I'm kidding.
We can. I think it's on right now, so that explains why we only have 5 people watching. It's okay.
Yeah, they're all watching Bob's Burgers.
They're all watching Bob's Burgers. All right, jerks. Well, let's get into it. We're going to do a quick little recap of last week before we dive into Act 4. And then we're going to conversate a little bit just about it. And
Stockholm syndrome kicked in.
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time on Beyond the Shadows podcast, we began with the man at the center of one of the most controversial UFO stories ever told, Bob Lazar. We explored his early life, his reputation as technically minded tinkerer, and the background claims that still divide people today. Lazar said he studied at elite schools and worked in advanced scientific environments while critics pointed out missing records and inconsistencies. From the very beginning, the case showed itself as a defining pattern. Every weakness could be seen as either evidence or deception or evidence of a cover-up. When we moved into the claim that made Lazar famous, a hidden installation called S4, allegedly located near Area 51 by Papoose Lake, Lazar said he was hired there to help reverse engineer alien spacecraft stored inside mountain hangars built to blend into the desert landscape. He described seeing multiple craft, advanced security systems, and test flights of objects that moved in ways conventional aircraft could not. Believers saw these details as insider knowledge. Skeptics argued that he may have blended real military secrecy with fiction to create the perfect story. And finally, we examined the science claims that his legend that kept his legend alive. Lazar said that the craft were powered by element 115 and used gravity-based propulsion, bending space rather than flying through it conventionally. Supporters pointed out that he mentioned element 115 before it was officially synthesized, while critics note that predicting heavier elements was already expected science, and no stable version with miraculous properties has ever been proven. But by the end of part 1, we were left where Bob Lazar discussion usually lands, caught between fascinating possibility and the total absence of hard proof. All right, so that's a quick recap of Act 1, 2, and 3. You remember we looked at the photos of the side of the mountain at Papoose Lake that clearly has hangars built into them. Yeah, I see you shaking your head already. I did notice the clip of me trying to frantically convince you that the hangars are real, but whatever.
No, I mean, I can see where people might think that those are outlines of doors if they really wanted to believe.
Well, nature does not build in straight lines.
Nature does not. Well, not really. Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes from, what was that movie? Oh, geez, shame on me. I've seen it a million times.
Is half a pixel not enough for you, Hazel?
Yeah, right? Come on.
I need like with the other half.
Jeez. I almost had it. What was that movie that came out that was the prequel to Alien?
I see you going through the file folders.
Prometheus.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
There we go. Yeah.
Shame on us. We've seen it like 2 or 3 times already together.
You've seen it. You've seen it 2 or 3 times. I've seen it 10 or 15.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorite quotes from that movie. Idris Elba was the pilot for the craft, and they're investigating the planet. And he said, "Oh, right there. God does not build in straight lines." And it was clearly a runway. And it looked suspiciously like the Nazca lines. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, go back and watch Prometheus. Great movie. Oh, jeez. So yeah. So we looked at evidence. We even looked at Bob Lazar's W-2. we got our hands on Bob Lazar's W-2.
Did we? Did we though?
We did.
Did we?
Hey. Don't shit on my research. Don't shit on my research. We have Bob Lazar's W-2. clearly showing a paycheck from the government.
Of $986.
Yeah. I mean, it was this, what was it, 70s, 80s? Something like that. I don't remember the year.
Goodness.
Don't judge me.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you judge me.
Judging.
Don't you judge my research. I thought I did good.
You tried. And that's what matters.
I wasn't
That's
trying.
what's important.
I did it. You know what? Here you go.
You did really good with him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A wacky, waving, flailing arm, inflatable, flailing tube man.
Yes.
Yeah. That needs to be a redemption.
Yeah.
That clip from Family Guy.
Oh,
Wacky waving
yeah.
flailing arm inflatable tube man. Wacky waving flailing arm inflatable tube man. Wacky waving flailing arm. Welcome to. I am Jim Bob, and this is the Wacky waving flailing arm inflatable tube man Emporium, and I bought too many wacky waving flailing arm inflatable tube man. They gotta go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I knew you would.
Yeah.
And then, so we should have that as a redemption, and then anytime somebody does it, we've got to turn this on.
Oh, that's a smart idea. That's a smart idea. I like it.
Yeah, if I had more time and money to put into the podcast, I would mount it on the wall, and then anytime somebody did that redemption, it would turn on
yeah.
automatically.
Well, that wouldn't take too much more time and money.
Ugh. A subscription to IFTT. I don't pay for services.
Gotcha.
Yeah, too much money.
Are you doing Act 4?
Say again?
Are you doing Act 4?
Well, how about you do Act 4 and I'll do 5,
Okay.
so we can close out, because I did the recap of 1 through 3.
Okay.
And I think we kind of know where we're standing. We're both firmly believing that Bob Lazar is legitimately a whistleblower. So obviously our listeners agree that this is clearly...
Blip agrees.
Blip clearly agrees. Blip and World both clearly agree that this is a very paranormal case and it's 100% factual. And they're very convinced by the W-2s.
Yes, they are. They're very convinced by the W-2s. Okay. All right. Well, Act 4 is appropriately titled The War Over Credibility.
Yeah. Let's get some...
Facts in it.
Yeah. In it. I say that all the time. Say that all the time. In it.
All right. Act 4. The War Over Credibility. Act 4. By the time Bob Lazar became a known name, the battle was no longer just about alien craft or secret bases. It became a fight over something far more important, whether he could be trusted at all. Because if Lazar was credible, then the S4 story demanded serious attention. If he was not, the entire case could collapse without ever proving anything about UFOs. Critics focused first on his education claims. Lazar said he attended Massachusetts Institute of Technology and California Institute of Technology. Researchers later searched for yearbooks, enrollment records, classmates, professors, and documentation tying him clearly to those schools. Noting nothing publicly produced has conclusively verified the story in the way that most people would expect. For skeptics, this is the strongest argument against him. Elite universities create paper trails. Students remember classmates. Professors leave records. If those years cannot be established, critics ask why anyone should trust later claims involving alien technology. I am going to pause there for a moment and refute that a little bit. Students don't always remember their classmates. I don't remember any of my classmates from my undergraduate experience. But anyway... supporters respond that classified work can involve hidden identities, altered files, or pressure on institutions. Skeptics hear that as excuse-making. Believers hear that as exactly what they would expect. Then there is employment history.
Clearly, we've proven the employment history with the W-2s.
Lazar said he worked at Los Angeles National Laboratory, and some evidence suggests he was connected there through a contractor arrangement. Critics emphasize that the contractor presence does not equal senior scientist status. A person can work near advanced research without being one of the minds running it. That distinction matters. A technician, subcontractor, or support worker may see enough to sound legitimate later while exaggerating their true role. Supporters counter that access is access. If he was there, then he moved in real scientific environments and was not simply inventing everything from his couch. Another issue critics raise is Lazar's changing details over time. Across decades of interviews, some timelines, descriptions, and claims have shifted. This is common in controversial witness cases. Memory changes. Stories evolve. Interviewers ask different questions, but inconsistency is also one of the classic warning signs that investigators watch for. Truthful people can misremember details. Dishonest people also change stories. That is why the case stays alive. Then came legal trouble. Lazar's name has surfaced in connection with criminal and business controversies over the years, including charges relating to operating an illegal brothel in Nevada in the early 1990s. Critics used this to attack character and judgment. They argue it shows a pattern of questionable decisions and undermines trust. Supporters argue personal flaws do not automatically disprove whistleblower claims. A person can be reckless, messy, or morally compromised and still tell the truth about one specific event. History is full of imperfect witnesses. Another point often raised by believers is government attention. Lazar said authorities raided or harassed him at different times. Supporters interpret that as pressure. Why target him if he knows nothing? Skeptics answer with a simple explanation. Many searches or investigations may relate to ordinary legal matters, business issues, like his brothel, or unrelated enforcement inactions. Public suspicion fills gaps quickly. Again, two explanations. There's the question of motive. Why would someone invent a story like this to distract from his brothel? Possible answers are obvious: attention, identity, money, notoriety, personal mythology. But critics sometimes overstate that argument. Lazar did become famous in UFO circles, yet he did not transform into a billionaire media empire or constant mainstream celebrity. He has often appeared reluctant, selective, or weary in later interviews. Supporters say that makes him more believable. Critics say some of the best storytellers know restraint is persuasive. Then there is the strange durability of the case itself. If Lazar were easily debunked, why does the story keep returning? Part of the answer is simple. It's an excellent story. Hidden base, reverse-engineered craft, suppressed records, advanced physics. It contains every ingredient of the modern myth. But there is another reason. Some details around his life remain just solid enough to prevent total dismissal. Real locations, real institutions, real government secrecy in the Nevada desert, real classified programs in the public that the public once knew nothing about. Lazar attached his claims to an environment where secrets genuinely existed. That makes separation difficult. The public often asks the wrong question: is Bob Lazar lying? A better question may be, how much of Bob Lazar is true? Because stories do not need to be 100% false or 100% accurate. Sometimes they are built from real experiences, misunderstandings, exaggerations, and invention all mixed together, which is what we talked about at first, the perception. Right. That possibility frustrates everyone. Believers want a whistleblower, debunkers want a fraud. Reality may be messier. What cannot be denied is that Lazar changed UFO culture. He helped turn Area 51 into a symbol of hidden truth. He inspired generations of documentaries, podcasts, forums, and disclosure movements. Even people who reject his claims often discuss the topic in a world shaped partly by him. That is influence. Whether earned honestly or not is the question. And in the final act, we look at why Bob Lazar still matters now in an era of Pentagon UAP reports, disclosure hearings, and public more willing than ever to believe that something has been hidden all along.
Fitting that you got Act 4. Right? I put Act 4 in there because you've got to remain objective. No.
Aliens!
Aliens! We got all sorts of sounds.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's freaking space aliens.
I wonder if his brothel was alien themed.
You know, like the ALEN. the one near Area 51, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So it was the ALEN, but it was with one N.
Oh.
Like in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know. I am I'm a purist at heart, and I'm always going to
Sexy aliens.
see. Right? Yeah, sex sells.
Yeah.
Let's breach the subject. Is he making money off of this? This is one of the things we looked at. Or this is one of the things we look at when we're doing an investigation. Who's making money off of this? So I did a little Google search while you were reading Act 4. Bob Lazar was not paid for his testimony in the S4 documentary. And any money that he was given was not cut to him, but to a nonprofit organization.
Oh.
They didn't say which one, but still. All right. Brothel or not, well, let me say, before you get too judgy over there about a brothel,
I'm not judging anybody about a brothel. I
Okay.
think that's an interesting story.
we both know that Stewie and Brian Griffin both have ran a brothel, and we don't cast judgment on them.
I am not judging anyone about a brothel. I just thought that was interesting that that was worked into this.
I mean, verified. Give me evidence.
I can't, but I can. I also can't give you evidence of a W-2 from his brothel.
I can.
From his
Well, not from the
brothel,
brothel, but I can give you a W-2 from his government employment.
allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly. We've seen it. Do I need to pull it back up?
You had it pulled up a minute ago.
I did. I was just.
That's funny.
I got curious and I started googling shit, so it's easier just to close stuff. Clearly, he was employed by the United States government. Clearly. Nope. You can't act like your mic is muted anymore. You have a good mic now.
I do have a good mic now.
Yeah.
They could read my lips.
I don't know. Dude, I really, really want to believe this is real. Don't you shit on my dreams. I want nothing more than to think that Bob Lazar is out there being a whistleblower. Okay. Let's sidebar. Just a second. So, in Act 4, Act 4, we did talk about how he did deal with some intimidation. Like,
I'm looking something up. I'm listening to you.
okay, so a lot of people say, if he's out there being a whistleblower, why isn't he being silenced? Well, early on, he was actually quoted as saying, look, if they try to silence me, then you know this is real. But if they try to cover it up, then you also know that it's real. So they let him speak, but they go through and erase his employment history. They erase his education history. I'm a big supporter of Anonymous. I always have been. If you remember back in, mid-season 2, back before we moved to this angle, I had an Anonymous mask in the background. I've always been a big supporter of Anonymous. Anonymous could easily go through and delete somebody's information from a college website. I mean, geez, think back to like The Social Network when that movie was filmed.
Yeah.
What's his face? The android that runs Facebook.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Zuckerberg. So back when Zuckerberg was quote unquote in college as an android, he was the Harvard password was like Harvard 1. You don't think that somebody could get into the network at these prestigious colleges and delete credentials? Because in the eyes of the government, and I'm sure everybody listening is going to agree with me, in the eyes of the government, we could go in and delete your stuff and they wouldn't even know.
Yeah. I have a couple of sidebars to your sidebar.
Fine. Go ahead.
So one, the zip code on that W-2 was wrong. Also didn't have the word street in the address. Two, here's an interesting factoid. In November of 2001, that house sold for $119,000. Today it is worth, or not well worth, but I guess the most recent price that it sold for was $410,000, according to Zillow. But I just don't know how he would have paid a mortgage of $110,000 home by making $980 some in 1 year.
Look here. Look here. All right.
Boop.
Don't you boop my fist? Don't you boop my fist. All right. Despite what you say, we have his W-2.
With the wrong zip code.
We have the phone book from Groom Lake that showed he was there, even though they said he wasn't there. And okay, so we talked about this last week. The host of Coast to Coast AM, he was an investigative journalist. He did his research. This was the investigation that, don't you laugh, worlds. Don't you laugh. This was the investigation that put him on the map. This is the one that got him on Coast to Coast AM. So he called and he says, do you have any records of Robert Lazar? They said no. Or no, I'm sorry. They said, we'll call back in a couple days. We'll pull the records and we'll talk to you. So he calls back a couple days. They don't answer. Calls back a couple more days. They didn't answer. Calls back in a few more days. They say, no, he doesn't exist. This guy never worked for the United States government in any capacity. But then he says, well, look, I've got this phone book from Groom Lake that shows Robert Lazar. And they couldn't, they hung up on him. Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. What's the best way to prove that somebody's crazy? Just credit them. Erase their education history.
Hmm.
Oh, I used to work for them. Delete their employment history.
Did you though?
Don't you do it.
No, I mean that's what they're saying. If they erase the employment history, they're saying, Did you though?
Mm-hmm. Don't you poo-poo on my investigation. This man is a whistleblower. He's a whistleblower, damn it.
Oh, goodness.
All right, jeez.
Are you ready to do Act 5?
So what do you say again?
Are you ready to do Act 5?
No, not yet, because I want to know what you're thinking right now. What is your official opinion?
I still don't necessarily have a foot firmly one way or the other. I mean, I'm definitely not. I don't think it's 100% real. I think that there's perception, perspective, something here. I believe he worked there. Maybe. And he saw some things. I don't know if he saw alien spaceships.
What did he see? Don't you shrug at me. All right,
I mean, could be Polaroid Adolia.
Polaroid Adolia. All right. I hate using this word because like big streamers do this. Chat, come on. Let's hear some sound minds and explain why
Sound minds.
why Hazel is clearly incorrect.
Well, we know my mind is not sound, so that's okay.
But no, I mean, we're looking at a lot of stuff here. we're looking at a lot of stuff. But
Puppy chat's here.
Puppy Chat's here, everybody.
He saw more than he should have, but less than he admitted to.
Maybe. So I'm curious.
It sounds like Poke is in your corner.
Poke is in my corner. I know
Firmly
this.
in your corner.
I know Poke's in my corner. Keep
I
him.
refuse to answer on the grounds that it would disappoint Victus.
Oh, good question.
Mm-hmm. So I looked up. So we're going back to our root question: who's making money off of this? So I Googled how many books has Bob Lazar written. The Bob Lazar has authored or co-authored at least 2 books regarding his experiences, most notably the autobiography Dreamland 2019, very recent, and 1991 publication often titled The Bob Lazar Tape, or similar in other languages such as La Caseta de la Bob Lazar. Some listings show variations in the 1981 release. However, he's only published 2 books. Took no money from the documentary, which I could say is a very heavily watched documentary.
I am just saying the wilder the story, the more often I saw his videos. I imagine the more money.
Yeah, I don't think that, like, Bob Lazar's on, like, TikTok monetized or anything, right? He's still alive, right? Yeah. Like, is Bob Lazar on TikTok? Question mark?
I don't know. Even still, he's making money off the books, which if he, as an adult in the 90s would probably be like the main. Oh, wait, hold on. I thought if you go back up.
It's a breakdown. It says users are sharing his documentary called S4. Oh, just misspelled it a little different. Okay. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that's like official Bob Lazar. YouTube. One too many U or O's, excuse me. Yeah, it's like he doesn't even have a I don't even think he's got a YouTube channel. Hold on, let me see. Because surely if this guy's trying to make money, right? He's gonna have a YouTube channel.
Maybe, but maybe not. He might not have decided to diversify his streams of income in that way.
I saw something that I didn't like to see, but I'm gonna see if it'll come up. Hold on. All right. I hate to do this. I really do. But look here. This is YouTube. All I typed in was Bob Lazar, and the first thing that comes up is Bob Lazar. Actor. Oh, jeez. But
I mean, they may just classify him that way since he was technically in the documentary.
right. But he doesn't clearly he doesn't have his own channel.
Ugh. Gross.
Yeah, the only thing that bothers me is that actor is right here underneath his name. That's the only thing. I don't know. It seems like if he's out to make money, you know, he would be on every platform, right? Like YouTube's the big one. Twitch is a big one. I'm having trouble believing that he's out there trying to make money if he's not on every major platform. You know, like he might be getting a kickback or something, but like, how much are you really going to get paid? I mean, he owns his own business.
Right.
And you haven't heard his business mentioned once.
He is mentioned in the credits of a movie called, and it might not be him, it might be somebody else, but Old School. I don't want to know
Old
what
School,
that
the one
is.
with
That's from
Will Ferrell?
2003. Yeah, it looks maybe like that's. And then there's a movie called Outbreak. It says he's uncredited. That's 1995, and Neighbor uncredited. Small Soldiers uncredited as a neighbor in a
Small
video
Soldiers.
game. Yeah, in a video game.
Strange.
So, I don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't fully formed my opinion. But I'm not gonna lie. Seeing his name on YouTube as an actor, it might be a little bit of a red flag.
Oh yeah, it is the one with Will Ferrell.
Old School, really? Is he in it?
It says it says he plays Marissa's dad. And I don't know that that's him, but could be a
Hold on.
different Bob
Does
Lazar.
it show a picture?
Picture of Marissa. I don't know. It doesn't show his picture.
Wait, you can say, I don't know, but no one else can.
But no one else can. I mean, I definitely don't know.
Now you got me curious. Juliette Lewis was in Old School? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't see him.
Could be wrong.
Was it from Wikipedia?
No, it's from IMDb.
Oh. Well, geez, I don't know. Poke your eyes at radio. I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
There must be two different.
Yeah, surely there's at least one more Bob Lazar in the world, right?
There's gotta be. There's gotta be.
Well, let's get into Act 5.
There's only one Bob Burger.
There's only one Bob. There's only one Bob Burger.
Less than the I don't know dance.
I think we need a basal bass drop to clear the palate.
Yeah.
Basil based Bob.
I love that he's playing with the sock in that video, like, because, you know, you give him your old socks if they get a hole in them. But what people don't know is he has, like, at least 50 toys rolling around this house. He just likes socks.
And he loves the socks. He does. Yeah, he's got a thing with feet. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's got a foot fetish. Not in a creepy way.
Well, maybe.
Well, no.
I'm kidding.
All right, jerks. Well, let's get into Act 5. Let's get close to wrapping this thing up. Okay?
This title's so sad.
This is almost always the title of Act 5. Because nothing paranormal happens today. So, it's about longevity. However, I'm going to say, those of you in chat, get your comments ready because we're about to break this thing down and we're going to find out if Bob Lazar is really a whistleblower or he's been telling the world's greatest lie. We're gonna find out tonight. Tonight's the night. We're gonna find out unequivocally if Bob Lazar is the real deal.
I love the Elmo in the fire world. That's perfect.
Ah. All right, let's get into Act 5, everybody. Oh, geez. Since Poke Your Eyes out here, we're gonna play Poke's song for Act 5. This is Act 5, everybody. Act 5. Why Bob Lazar still matters. More than 3 decades after Bob Lazar first told his story, he remains one of the most discussed names in UFO culture. That alone is unusual. Most sensational claims fade with time, public attention moves on, new mysteries replace old ones, yet Lazar continues to return when secrecy, disclosure, or Area 51 enters the conversation. But why? Because Bob Lazar represents something larger than one man. He represents the possibility that the truth can exist without proof. The idea is powerful. Many people believe institutions hide major information from the public. History gives them the reasons to think so. Governments have concealed military programs, surveillance projects, weapon development, intelligence operations, and scientific research before. Classified programs are real. Official denials have sometimes later become official admissions. And that history creates fertile ground for stories like Lazar's. When authorities have hidden real things, people become more open to believing that they may hide unbelievable things too. Lazar also arrived before the internet transformed public trust. In 1989, if someone stepped forward with an extraordinary claim, the average person could not instantly search 10 sources, compared interviews, or fact-check records in minutes. Mystery had more room to breathe. Stories could live longer before being dissected. And yet Lazar survived into the internet era. And that may be one of the most impressive things about the case. His claims have faced documentaries, skeptics, scientists, investigators, decades of scrutiny, and yet they still attract serious discussion. Not universal belief, but sustained attention. That means he touched something deeper than evidence. He touched myth. Modern society still creates myths, just with different language. We no longer gather around campfires to hear about hidden kingdoms beneath mountains. Now we hear about secret hangars in the Nevada desert. We no longer tell stories about forbidden knowledge guarded by priests. Now we tell stories about classified files guarded by security clearances. Structure is old, only the symbol changed. Lazar fits perfectly into that framework. He's the man who entered the forbidden place, saw what others were not meant to see, and returned with knowledge the world could not fully accept. That is timeless storytelling. But there's another reason he still matters now. Culture has changed around him. In recent years, government and military officials have publicly acknowledged unidentified aerial phenomena as a legitimate subject of investigation. Congressional hearings, leaked footage, and former officials speaking openly have shifted the tone. What was once laughed off is now discussed in formal settings. That does not validate Lazar directly, but it changes how people hear him. Claims once dismissed as impossible are now reconsidered through a different lens. Even skeptics who reject Lazar sometimes admit that broader subject of unexplained objects deserve more serious study than it received in the past. He benefits from that shift. There is also a generational effect. Younger audiences often discover Lazar through podcasts, like this one, streaming documentaries, and social media clips rather than the original late 1980s interviews. They encounter him not as old news, but as an active mystery. To them, the story feels current, and that keeps him alive. For believers, Lazar remains one of the best whistleblower cases ever presented. They point to specific details, calm demeanor, knowledge of security systems, early focus on Area 51, and the consistency of his central claim. For skeptics, he remains a case study in how compelling narratives survive weak evidence. They point to missing credentials, contradictions, lack of physical proof, and the human tendency to fill gaps with hope. Both sides learn something from the case. Believers learn that secrecy can be real. Skeptics learn that storytelling can be powerful. And everyone learns that certainty is rare. So where should we land tonight? If you ask whether Bob Lazar conclusively proved alien craft were hidden at S4, the honest answer is no. There is not enough hard evidence to make that claim responsibly. However, if you ask whether Bob Lazar can be dismissed as a simple joke or obvious fraud, that answer is also incomplete. The story has endured too long, touched too many real contexts, and raised too many unresolved questions to brush aside that easily. The most honest position may be that the least satisfying one. Bob Lazar may be a mixture of truth, misunderstanding, embellishment, and myth. Maybe he saw something classified and interpreted it through a lens of extraordinary. Maybe he built fiction around fragments of reality. Maybe he told the truth and lacked the proof to survive history cleanly. We simply do not know. And that uncertainty is exactly why we are still talking about him today. Because some stories are solved by evidence. Others are sustained by doubt. Bob Lazar belongs to the second category. So tonight, we ask whether he exposed Area 51 or created the perfect lie. The answer may be the same one that has followed him since 1989. Not proven, not gone, but still waiting in the shadows. How you like that for dramatic storytelling?
I do. It was really good.
I'm getting good at reading this stuff.
You are.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
You gotta read it like you mean it.
Yeah.
And I do.
Yeah, you do. You
I
did
do.
a good job.
Thank you. Thank you. There's not much in the world I'm good at, but
You're very good at a lot
this
of
podcast,
things.
I'm good at this podcast. So let's break it down. Let's break this thing down. All the way down. So we have a guy that grew up tinkering. He was interested in rockets. Sees a guy tinkering in his shed, starts talking to him, learns about rockets, and that propels him into, quote, official, legitimate schooling to learn about rocket propulsion, which eventually leads him to working for the government. Allegedly. He's hired on to reverse engineer UFOs. There's a lot of secrecy behind it, and that's where things start to get foggy. So I think we can both agree that initially, his interest in rocket propulsion was real.
Mm-hmm.
That he probably met a guy who was tinkering in his garage, although the odds are astronomical, right?
Right.
Like, I'm a guy that's into zombies. I love zombies. What are the odds that I meet somebody down the streets that actively prepping for the zombie apocalypse?
I mean, today it might be a little bit better than 10 years ago. That was not the direction I thought you were going to go with that, but
But I'm looking at it objectively. Like what's your favorite thing?
oh gosh, that caught me
Like-
completely off guard.
So like zombies. Zombies are my thing. I love
Yeah.
zombies. So what's your thing?
My thing. That's such a sad question because I really don't know what it is anymore. I mean, it used to be
Writing.
literature
Yeah.
and and reading and kind of analyzing different creative works from different time periods and different perspectives. I used to love doing that. I don't really do that anymore. I guess right now my thing is kind of yoga because I've been doing a lot more of that lately. It's my jam. I'm
Okay.
interested in learning more about that and doing,
I mean, that's a little more mainstream, but what are the odds that if you walk up and down the block that you'd find somebody that's really into yoga and could teach you some stuff?
I mean, today probably better than they were.
Right. I mean, in our neighborhood.
Yeah, not in our neighborhood. Highly unlikely in our neighborhood. But yeah.
But you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Like, I think. So let's narrow it down to like chat. Like I think blip and poke your eyes out radio probably like would be tinkerers, and we could get on the same subject line in the same thread of zombie apocalypse and preparation.
Yeah.
Probably not as much as me. Surprise me, if you want chat. Hey, just say it. But the odds are really slim. However, let me go ahead and pull out some information way back in the Rolodex. Yeah, telling my age, Rolodex. I really, really like Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah, you love Malcolm Gladwell.
I do. So Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book about successful people and how it was the perfect storm, the perfect alignment of things that made them successful. That if it wasn't for this one single thing, successful people as we know them today wouldn't be successful, like Bill Gates. If he didn't have access to the college computers in the middle of the night, he wouldn't be the coding genius we...
I'm a real-life blacksmith that grew up at a Ren fair. I can zombie prep.
We just became best friends. All right. Yeah. We'll talk about this later. But no, it talks about so like Bill Gates wouldn't have been successful if he hadn't gone to this very specific college. If this very specific college didn't have a computer, which was a rarity at the time when Bill Gates was growing up, and if nobody used it at night, he wouldn't have access to learn to code. And as a result, he didn't put... So Malcolm Gladwell says 10,000 hours. It's the magic number. If you put 10,000 hours into something, you become a professional. 10,000 hours is the threshold. If you do 10,000 hours in one thing, you are a professional in that category. And because Bill Gates had such an unlimited access to a computer at an early age, he put in 10,000 hours. And he became what he is today because of this very unique circumstances. I've lost my train of thought. There was something I was getting at here. What the fuck was it? Oh my gosh.
That maybe he had all of those out, that he put in all those hours and he became an expert.
Well, geez, I was getting at something. Jeez. Oh, shame on me. Everybody boo me because I've lost my train of thought. But no, I can't even pick it up. I don't even know where I was going with that now. I was so excited to quote Malcolm Gladwell that I that I lost my train of thought. Oh no. It was a tangent with Bob Lazar. So he had a very unique set of circumstances that he just happened to be walking through his neighborhood, happened to notice.
No booze.
Thank you. Thank you, Worlds. Thank you so much. He just happened to be walking through his neighborhood and noticed somebody doing rockets in his driveway. Kind of rare, right? Like, have you ever seen anybody building a rocket in a driveway?
Certainly not in this neighborhood.
You know, if they do, they're up to something bad. But no, he was mildly interested in rockets,
Yeah.
and he just happened upon somebody who was doing rockets.
Yeah.
Just like if, I mean, I'm into zombies. If I ran into somebody that was,
Lost your train of thought, or were you hit with them anti-thinking rays made by the government?
yeah, that's it.
true. That's
Yeah,
probably
Pope's
it.
got it.
Yeah.
The government knows I'm onto something, so they're zapping me with microwaves.
Yep.
But no, if like I stumbled across somebody that was into zombie prep, I would certainly stop and talk to him, and we would instantly become friends. Poke your eyes out, radio. But what are the odds that he's just walking down the street and sees somebody doing rockets, and it's what he's into?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that really happened.
So we can agree early on that really happened.
I mean, I find that less
It's what the
difficult.
robot birds are for.
Yeah, the pigeons.
I find that less difficult to believe.
I need to put a camera over here so y'all can see my face. Some of the faces I make. Yeah, that'll be the next upgrade. A camera over here so you can see my face
Yeah.
when I make faces like this. But astronomical odds. What are the odds? All right. But not unheard of in the world of Malcolm Gladwell. It's safe to say that he probably put 10,000 hours in rocket propulsion. At that point, he would become a professional. And I feel like once he is in the college world and they see, this guy, obviously, think about, like the kids in school that got skipped up 2-3 grades because they were so smart.
Right.
If you had a skill that was interesting to the government, don't you think that they would catch wind of it?
Maybe.
What was that? Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm getting somewhere with this. So something I wanted to discuss on one of the podcasts, or one of the episodes of the podcast, I have it here. The GATE program. What do you know about the GATE program?
Nothing.
Do you remember as a very, very small child, elementary school, did they ever come in and test your vision and hearing?
Yes.
Do you remember cards? Like them showing you cards and then taking them away? And then after a few questions, they would ask, what card did I show you?
No. I don't remember that.
Because I remember the hearing tests, which were very weird. Like they would sit you down at a desk and there would be like a briefcase. You remember the briefcase?
No.
I remember a briefcase. You'd get the weird headset. Did you get the headset?
I think I got a headset. Fairly certain.
And they would say, put your hand up on the side that you hear the sound.
Yes.
Well, I remember the briefcase open on a desk. Here's the headset. Put it on. When you hear a sound, hold up the hand on the side you hear the sound. But there was also cards involved at my school.
Oh.
And they would show you a card, and they would do a hearing test. And at the end, they would say, what card did I show you? That was my school.
Yeah.
That is the GATE program. So the GATE program is the way the government infiltrated early education See, you're already glazing over. The government infiltrated early education to find people with psychic abilities. So I remember clearly. All right, don't laugh. Don't laugh.
I was in a Spice Girls club in elementary school.
That's fine. It's cool.
I didn't have psychic abilities, but
Wait, what year did you graduate?
2008.
So I'm 4 years ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like early 90s when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
So it was
I
a
didn't
little
start
different.
elementary school until 1995.
But you remember the headphones.
Yeah. I do
And
remember
the hearing
headphones
test?
and the you hold up your hand on
Yeah.
whatever side. Yeah.
So like, that doesn't strike you as weird?
I mean, no, not necessarily. Like, you want to see if the hearing is okay for the child, if the child has good hearing, or if it's. They
I'm
need,
squinting.
Like a hearing
those
aid.
the camera can't see me. I'm squinting. But you remember. So the unofficial narrative goes that the government was testing children at an early age for psychic abilities, and that was what was called the GATE program.
Listen, they could be testing people as much as they want, but I don't think they came to my school testing my.
All right, hold on. Keep him busy for just a minute. Keep him busy.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna sidebar.
I really don't. I cannot imagine that is a thing.
It is. It's absolutely a thing.
Maybe my brain has been wiped.
All right, so here's what we get. The GATE program, the Gifted and Talented Education GATE program, is the U.S. public school initiative designed to support high-achieving students through accelerated, in-depth curriculum, often focusing on critical thinking and creativity. Eligibility typically requires passing standardizing tests, with programming aiming to meet the unique intellectual, social, and emotional needs of the gifted children.
Yes, that makes sense to me.
Why did they test your hearing?
I don't know that that's related to the GATE program.
That's what it was.
I don't know. Then I have to do a whole episode on that one because there's a lot that I
Maybe-
don't understand about the connection. there.
Maybe this is what we'll do next week.
Well, I won't be here.
But I've got to do something next week. I've got to do something. Jeez, that's usually where we took a drink, but I'm opening another beer.
I could just tune in from my car ride.
Yeah, chat. Yeah, chat with us.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll read your chats.
Okay.
But no, I'm getting at it because the government was clearly putting its fingers in the pie of the education system. They were trying to decide who was clearly, quote, gifted. You see my search results.
I do.
And I remember the hearing tests. I remember the cards because I was shown a card of a triangle. And they asked me like 6-7 questions in between after the hearing test. And they're like, what card did I show you? And I was like, triangle. And did you know that I was accelerated a year? I graduated a year early.
Ah.
What year did you graduate? Or how old were you when you graduated?
I was 18, but that's because of when I started school.
What month is graduation? September?
Graduation's in June.
June? It was like late in the year for me.
Oh, that was in June.
Because I had just turned 17 when I graduated. So, proof, I was accelerated a year in elementary school. However, the GATE program. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that next week. But it's proof that the government is always looking at information. They're going to, like, elementary school was weird growing up, right? Like, did your school have, like, lots and lots of lice tests? Like, they were always combing through your hair?
I mean, we had some. I don't remember lots of them, but also little children tend to like be all over each other all the time. So
You don't do that anymore? They didn't do the hearing test either.
interesting. Yeah.
That was the GATE program. They were trying to find individuals.
Oh, so the lice were like little nanobots from
I don't know.
Star Trek.
I don't know. I really don't know. This would be a great investigation. But no, it's just there's a lot of like really strange things. Like, what were they looking for?
Pretty sure it was just lice, and
But,
bad
like,
hearing.
But like, why are they going to test for lice after they put a headset on every child?
Because you shared a headset with all the other children.
Wouldn't you test for that before?
No, because if Jimmy had lice and he put the headset on, and then Rachel came in and put the headset on, and then Rachel got lice, like you'd want to make sure that.
Wouldn't you test that before and then exclude the lice child from the headset?
I don't know. Maybe that sounds.
My logic is sound. My
Yeah.
logic is sound. The GATE program, they got to you. They didn't get to me.
I didn't remember the triangle. They cleared the triangle from my brain.
I remember the triangle. I remember.
I was supposed to skip kindergarten,
Oh,
but my parents didn't want me to because they wanted me to have the socialization, which basically just resulted in me getting a token taken away and not getting to see the Pocahontas movie for like 2 weeks after I received it on VHS because I lied about a little boy tying my shoes together because I wanted to get him in trouble with another little girl.
that is bullshit. They should not have done you like that.
That's my elementary school trauma story.
All right.
And that
Well-
other little girl was my friend Amber.
The one you talked to today?
No, the one that you met that came down to visit us for a while. We've been friends since
Really?
kindergarten. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So don't bring that up. Is that what you- I wouldn't bring it up. It's fine. Okay. Well, let's take a good hard look at this. I think I'm on the same page as Poke and Blip with this one. I think that Bob Lazar really saw something.
I think he saw something.
Yeah, but I want to believe that he saw UFOs. The photos of the hillside suspect. However, I don't see enough evidence to say conclusively that he saw UFOs. I would need to like the word in the wind is that 2026 is the year of disclosure. I would need to see some evidence this year.
Well, they need to hurry it up
Yeah,
because
they
we are
do.
almost halfway through 2026.
We're getting there, and I mean between
Maybe they're saving it all for your birthday.
they might be, which is the end of the year. Well, her birthday's the end of the year.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I don't see enough evidence to persuade me to think that this is really a legitimate case of a whistleblower. I hate to admit it, but no, I really need more evidence. Like Snowden. When Snowden became a whistleblower, he exfilled with a ton of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
He snuck it out of NSA
Yeah.
in a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
He did that shit.
Yeah.
If Snowden can do it, Bob Lazar could have done it.
Yeah, but if Bob Lazar did it, why did he not end up hiding out in Russia in some random place?
So a piece of me believes that he called their bluff. I think their knee-jerk reaction to a whistleblower about the UFO disclosure movement would be to eliminate the person. Just kill him. They died in a car accident. However, that first interview that he did, where he was in shadow, he said, if they kill me, you will know that it's real. And at that point, they couldn't, right? They called their bluff, right? So what do you have for leverage at that point?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think he almost expected them to kill him. Which, sidebar, they did do something. There were reports. There's an official police report where he was driving at the highway. Somebody leaned out of a car and shot out 2 of his tires on the highway. But he was able to pull onto the shoulder and come to a safe stop.
Didn't he live in LA, though?
He did. But realistically, you don't hear like random people getting their tires shot out in LA. But take that for what it's worth. Maybe they tried and they realized, maybe we need to back off. I don't know.
Could have been a rival brothel.
It could have been. Yeah, sorry. It could have been a rival brothel. You never know. So what is your conclusion? No?
Not paranormal.
Jeez. 2-parter.
I know. I need more evidence, and I think there are too many things that we have out there that we're trying to use as evidence that are too shaky. The ground's too shaky. Ground's too shaky.
Chat, let's hear your official words. Bob Lazar, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's hear it. You can tell me. It's fine.
He's already disappointed in me. Yeah.
We've already come to the decision that tonight's case and last week's case, the case of Bob Lazar, is not paranormal. Unfortunately. Jeez. Yeah, I need more evidence. For somebody who was in there. He was in the secret lab. He saw UFOs. If Edwards...
He worked at S4 but was the janitor.
Yeah, very possibly. Very possibly. So there are a couple people that tried to be whistleblowers that said that they were janitors at Area 51 at Groom Lake and saw things, but their stories are so fantastical that it's hard to really nail down. But I don't know. I feel like the security at NSA compared to S4 or Groom Lake is probably... The security at Groom Lake is probably a lot more advanced.
Yeah.
If they were, quote unquote, reading finger bone density and length to figure out who you were, obviously the security is more in depth. You know how Snowden got his information out of NSA?
Yeah. I mean, it was in the Rubik's Cube, but didn't he just like toss it
Yeah.
over the...
Yeah. He hit a micro SD card in a Rubik's Cube, tossed to the guy, the metal detector, and just like in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple things work.
Yeah.
I feel like in the 80s, he could have pulled off a camera.
Yeah.
And hidden a roll of film. I can think of a couple places you could tuck a roll of film if you really want it. Just saying. Yeah. It's use your imagination, folks. But yeah, Blip, I'm with you. He saw something, but maybe he just saw enough to make him really think that he saw, oh my God, that was a UFO.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, I don't know.
Maybe they were just trying to build something, that, like some type of weapon or some type of, you know what I mean? Maybe
Right.
they were just building something that was top secret, but it wasn't really a UFO.
So like the, what's the craft that the X-Men fly around in? Was it the Thunderbird? SR-71?
I don't know. Not well versed on X-Men.
Yeah. It was the SR-71. So for many, many years, the SR-71 was a classified military aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, well, that's not a real craft. It's not a real craft. This isn't real. And we know today that the SR-71 is real.
Right.
It's in...
This episode brought to you by Just Saying. Saying without saying since the 2000s.
And I don't know.
But no, so like the SR-71 was a classified military aircraft.
Right.
And they denied it was real. But now it's like defunct.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there could be something there,
Right.
but I don't know. I don't know. There, maybe in 20, 30, 40 years, it'll come out and say that he was true, and we'll come back and revisit this. Or maybe, the end of this year.
I'm doing math.
Don't do math. Don't do math.
40 years.
We'll be very old podcasters.
Yes, we'll be very old podcasters.
I will stick with this as long as I can. I would love to be an old dude doing this.
Hey, it's very possible. Very possible.
But no, we could hear in 10 years that what he saw was real. If what they're saying, the whispers on the wind is 2026 is the year of disclosure, we might find out.
Did you just do a whispers on the wind
Whispers on
comment?
the wind. Yeah.
Did it come from my Pocahontas reference?
Yeah. Yeah.
Colors of the...
Yeah, I could paint with all the colors of the wind too, if you didn't know. But no,
Pocahontas was my favorite movie when I
know.
was a kid.
We have all the cups downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say this, and I've said it before, the only thing I've agreed with that Trump said he was going to do, which doesn't mean he's going to do it, is that he's going to release all the UFO and alien-related documents.
Well, of course he says he's going to do that. I'm sorry. Never mind.
No, I'm with you. I haven't seen it yet. It's been months since he said he was going to do it.
What? No.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Well, all right, folks, we've done it. We've covered the case of Bob Lazar, and we've decided that Bob Lazar is probably not real, unfortunately.
Bob Lazar is real, but his story
Bob
is
Lazar is
likely
real,
not.
but it's not. No, his story is not real. But we need a little more evidence, Bob. Come on, Bob. All right, so with that being said, if anybody has a paranormal tale, case, or claim, if you want to email us, this QR code has been sitting on screen this whole time. You can scan the QR code, gives you a link to all of our socials. You can email us at beyondshadowspodcast@gmail.com. Give us a recommendation for a future episode, or if you've got a personal tale of something paranormal that's happened to you, shoot us an email. Let us know what happened to you. We're glad to talk about it. Maybe next week we'll cover the GATE program. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice segue
I'll
from this
tune
week.
in from my drive.
Yeah,
I don't know that I'll chat much because I'll be driving.
that'll be okay.
But I'll...
But thank you everybody for being here tonight. Thank you Blip. Thank you Poke Your Eyes at Radio. Thank you Worlds of Confusion
yes,
for
thank you
being
all
here.
so much. Thank you.
You guys are amazing. Thank you to our few viewers we had on YouTube. We are just 3 subscribers away from hitting 400 on YouTube. So if you haven't, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Constantly posting all sorts of new stuff, shorts and reels from the week's investigations. I do it when I can. But thank you everybody for being here tonight. Unfortunately, Bob Lazar is a bust. I look forward to next week.
Yes.
I have a feeling next week we're going to get a ding.
A ding.
Yeah, we're going to say, I'm going to make a prediction and say next week we're going to say the GATE program is real.
Okay.
Because I've lived through it. But we'll do some stuff and do some investigating and we'll figure it out.
Oh, I already know what shirt you should wear next week.
Which one? Wait, don't tell me. Tell me after.
Okay.
So I could surprise everybody.
Okay.
Okay. I hope every single one of you will be here next week. Don't leave me hanging because I will be here by myself. This chair will be empty. And we'll drink lots of beers and have one-sided conversations, but that's okay. I look forward to seeing all of you here next week. Had a good time. It was a good investigation.
It was a good one, yeah.
It was thorough.
Right.
And that's what we aim for, is thorough.
Yes.
Yeah. Wade through the shit. Get to the
Yes.
truth. But thank you everybody for being here tonight.
Thank you.
We're gonna hit this closing monologue. We're gonna get the hell out of here because I have to use the bathroom again.
It's okay.
Ugh.
No pee shaming.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for being here tonight. I look forward to seeing every single one of you next week when we talk about the GATE program. I look forward to it. We're going to have fun. Maybe next week I'll wear a onesie early.
Ooh.
I'll wear my onesie early next week with the shirt.
Ooh. Okay.
Try to have some fun.
Yeah.
So, some cases end with evidence. Some end with confessions. Some end with the truth dragged into the light, whether anyone likes it or not. But the story of Bob Lazar ends where it began, in uncertainty. A man made a claim so massive it should have collapsed instantly if false, or changed history forever if true. Instead, it did neither. It survived in the space between belief and doubt, where the strangest mysteries often live the longest. Maybe he saw something extraordinary. Maybe he understood how powerful the secret can become once people want to believe it. Either way, decades later, we are still asking the same question. And maybe that is the real legacy of the story. So if you find yourself in a secret lab, in a mountainside, in the desert of Nevada, near Area 51, take lots of fucking pictures, please. Cornhole that roll of film if you got to. Do what you got to do to get that roll of film out of there. Sneak an SD card inside a Rubik's Cube. Do what you got to do. Don't be afraid. Be that whistleblower, but if you're going to be the whistleblower, be the whistleblower with evidence, please. 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 So keep questioning everything. Keep looking deeper, and no matter what you do, make sure you follow us.
At Beyond the Shadows. I'm pointing to it. Good night,
Good night, everybody.
A creature like that. How would it ever die?
And this monster starts running right at me.
Annihilated by nuclear bombs.
Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
Oh, you're crazy.
But I saw that monster too. All I want is for someone to believe me.
Contaminated.
Face. Horrible. Look like it would scare you to death.
All right, let's get to work.